Let's continue with another lecture of physics on sound. Already so much things we had done on sound in the previous classes. I think so. I had told you about frequency, and then what is the unit of frequency? Then what is the units of frequency? Then do all vibrations produce sound? All those things we had done. Then also I had told you about the types of frequencies. That means the frequencies, depending upon the frequency, there are ranges. So sound can be called as ultrasonic, infrasonic, or infrasonic is also called as subsonic. Infrasonic, subsonic, then ultrasonic, all these I had told. So there are a few things remaining, that are what uses of ultrasonic vibrations. See, ultrasonic vibrations are used widely in the industry for different purposes, and I had told one use like homogenizing milk. I think so. We had finished the last lecture on this only. Homogenizing milk. Basically, homogenizing milk means what? If the fat particles are there in the milk, those fat particles are being broken down evenly. So that's what I said. Homogenize means homogeneous. From the word homogeneous it has been derived. So homogenizing means we are making it homogeneous. So because of homogenizing milk, the milk particles, the fat particles will be evenly distributed throughout the milk. So let us start the lecture of today with the things. So it is sound, and it is the 7th chapter I am teaching you, session 7, and on the 7th chapter it is our ongoing 4th lecture. So session 7 lecture 4. So uses of ultrasonics, because see, I have told about frequency. So on the basis of frequency, I told frequency unit is hertz, and unit of frequency is hertz. So the frequencies are, I told ultrasonics, I told ultrasonic, then infrasonic or subsonic. So please remember, infrasonic and subsonic are same. Sub means less than 20 hertz. So those frequencies or those vibrations whose frequency is less than 20 hertz are called as subsonic or infrasonic. If it is more than 20,000 hertz, it's called as ultrasonic vibrations. Okay, and if the sound has got vibrations within the range of 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, it is called as sonic or sound vibrations. Okay, so these are the audible to the human ear. So the range of frequencies which are audible to the human ear are called as sonic or sound vibrations only. Audible range is that only. So someone says audible range means 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. That is the audible range. So here only the frequencies, so the vibrations will be called as sonic sound vibrations. Okay. So these things are done already. Then coming up to the uses of ultrasonic vibrations. So this is our article, uses of ultrasonic. This can be a question. You can get in that section B where you're getting 10 or 12 questions. So there, ultrasonic vibrations. So ultrasonic vibrations, range is more than 20 hertz. So more than 20,000 hertz. That is called ultrasonic. So where they are used? First is for homogenizing milk. SING, not ZING. So homogenizing milk. I have told you what is the meaning of homogenizing milk. Homogenizing milk means in the milk there are the ultrasonic vibrators are put there in the milk, so they will agitate them. If you remember, you're using some when you're making some you're taking the eggs and the yolk you are taking and you are trying to mix it, some kind of structure you see, something like this, it is there, some thing is there like this, and you will put it, some motor is there, it will rotate on its axis. So then what happened, thoroughly mixing of yolk and some other thing you have, whatever you are going to make, depending upon some material that involves egg, something that involves egg, so egg yolk is made to mix thoroughly. So those all things is there. So just like this also, there are ultrasonic agitators are there which are put in the milk so that the milk becomes homogenized. So what is the meaning of homogenized milk? Homogenized milk means there are fat particles are there, so that those are broken down to the smaller particles so that they are evenly small size, even sizes they are the fat particles. Then what is the second use? Second use is what? In dishwashing machines. Okay. So dishwashing machines. So the dishwashing machines are there in which these vibrations are used for cleaning the utensils. Okay. So there are dishwashing machines in which they are used. So water and detergent are vibrated. So what happens in these machines? They are taking water and then what else? Detergent. Water and detergent they are taking together, and then what they are doing? They are putting on the ultrasonic vibrators. Then what happens? This vibrating particles of detergent, they will rub against the utensils, and what happens then? Eventually the utensils get cleaned out. So the first use I have told is what? That they are used in the ultrasonic vibrators are used in homogenizing milk. That means the larger fat particles are broken into smaller particles so that they look like even. And second is the dishwashing machines. What is the third use? Third use of the ultrasonic vibrations is, say, they are used to produce a sort of depression in the rats and cockroaches. Okay. So you can say driving out rats and cockroaches. So they are used for driving out rats and cockroaches. So you have must say they are using the ultrasonic vibrations. So these cause depression in the rats and cockroaches. So what happens? They used to drive rats. So you might have found godowns are there. So often in the godowns or the cold storage, the food items, maybe raw food items or maybe processed ones also, the packed items, sometimes the grains, all these are kept in the godowns. So these rats and cockroaches are a threat there, because these rats and all, they can destroy the, you have seen they are what, rodents, they can destroy the crops and all. So for that, to get rid of them, there are ultrasonic vibrations are used there. So they are using some machine in which they are that producing the ultrasonic vibrations. So because of that, what happens? The rats and cockroaches are not coming there and they will drive out. That means they will, that's I'm writing in one line, so 1, 2 words, so that you can just recollect the thing and then you can elaborate it later. Then fifth is what? Internal imaging of the human body. So you might have seen sometimes, suppose some person has got a fracture or a crack like that thing. So the doctor recommends that you have to go for a ultrasound you go. So that is what? Internal imaging. INTER. Internal imaging of body parts. Internal imaging of body parts. Sometimes a minor fracture is there or minor crack is there. These all things. So imaging of, not internal imaging of internal body parts. Imaging of which body parts? Internal body parts. So internal body parts. Internal parts. So those parts which are on the surface, no problem, but images can be found for those which are the internal body parts are there. So the images can be found, and then with the help of the image, what you can do is you can find that some crack, fracture, all these things can be located, and suitable medication can be given to the person. Sometimes hairline or very thin, because sometimes the symptoms what the person is telling might not be giving the clear indication, or from the surface or above, from the overall view you cannot get. So for more emphasize, for means detailed observation, the doctors recommend the ultrasound. So that's why that is one other use, fourth use. And then there is fifth use also. What is the fifth use of the ultrasonic vibrations? The fifth use is they are used for relieving pain in joints and muscles. So relieving so I think so we should go to the side. So relieving. So relieving pain. Where sometimes you must find many people are having joint pain and all things. So relieving pains in the joints and muscles. People with old age and numerous issues, they are having these things. So ultrasonic, again vibrations are used here also. So these are some uses of ultrasonic vibrations. Then there is one more thing, how animals are using it. So animals, so ultrasonic vibrations, then there is in the use heading only I am telling, uses of ultrasonics by animals. Now see, you might have seen dogs are very much responsive to certain kind of vibrations. So see here, there is a whistle called as Galton whistle. Dogs can hear up to 40,000 hertz as compared to humans. So humans can only listen till 20,000 hertz, but dogs can hear up to frequency 40,000 hertz. That is why some dogs are specially trained so that they can use the trained to respond to whistle called as Galton whistle, and so some dogs can be trained there to listen a frequency of how much hertz? 40,000 hertz. So dogs are trained especially for that. It's called that whistle is called as Galton whistle. Okay. So some dogs can be specially trained for this. Then second is what you must have seen, that bats are there. These also are used to locate the prey and all. So the bats are animals. These will able to locate their prey and also move accordingly, because their vision is dependent on what? Basically how their view is dependent on the vibrations. So when they are sending out some ultrasonic vibrations, these vibrations will strike with something and they come back. They will adjust their flying direction so that they do not collide with something. Sometimes to locate food also they are doing this thing. So bats, see what the bats can produce vibrations with frequency of 50 to 80,000 hertz. So bats can produce 50 to 80,000 hertz. So this is the range of frequency which bats can produce, and with the help of that, so when bats fly at night, they produce ultrasonic vibrations which cannot be heard by humans or the insects. So see, insects cannot hear that, and neither do humans. So they will produce these vibrations, and these vibrations strike the insects. They are reflected back, so they can locate the insect. So basically for movement, not, but I will say for locating their prey. So bats will send out these vibrations, ultrasonic vibrations, and when these vibrations strike with some insect and they'll come back, they'll know that there is something that they can eat. So then they will eat that also. So third is what? For the dolphins. Third point is regarding the dolphins. What the dolphins are? The dolphins are related to whale family. So they use ultrasonic sound to locate the prey. So just like bats also, dolphins also are doing the same thing. So these both for locating their prey. That way you can write. You can write used by bats to locate their prey, But after writing that, you have to elaborate that yes, see, insects and human beings cannot perceive these vibrations. Bats can produce 50 to 80,000 hertz vibrations. So these vibrations cannot be perceived by insects or humans. So when these vibrations are produced by bats, they will return back to the bat. So they will know that the prey is there, they can hide. So locating prey, P-R-E-Y. Locating prey, these things. So both who are using? Dolphins are using. So dolphins are also belonging to the whale family only. So this is the use of ultrasonic vibrations by the bats and dolphins. I think so enough we have covered for this. So again I'll revise this thing. The uses are for homogenizing milk. That means breaking down the bigger fat particles to the smaller ones so that they can be evenly sized in the milk. Then dishwashing machines, there are ultrasonic vibrators are kept there. So water and detergent is kept so that with the help of ultrasonic vibrations, the detergent will rub against the vessel utensil, and that all the utensils will get cleaned. Then these are used, ultrasonic vibrations are used for they cause depression in the rats and cockroaches. So in the godowns they are used for protecting the perishable or this grains and all in the godowns. Then the internal parts of body are imaging is done. So image can be formed so that to check the whether some minor fracture is there or not, like this. Some other things also there that are used there. Then relieving the joint pains and muscle pain, it is also used. Then see, ultrasonics are used by animals. How they are used? Galton whistle is there. There are some dogs. So dogs can hear up to 40,000 hertz. So dogs are specially trained for that. Then to hear that. Then second is by the bats. Bats can produce up to 80,000 hertz frequencies. So then what happens? The bats can locate their prey by when the prey is falling in their way. That when and see, insects and human beings cannot perceive it. So insects, when they strike against these ultrasonic vibrations, they come back to the bat. So the bat can know that there is a prey and they can eat it. Similarly, dolphins are also using the same methodology.